reduced. Oh no!
Carry on.
All that kerfuffle with the dog. You didn't go on the recording. Never mind. So yeah, there's been a real surge in house price reductions. Over 100,000 properties or listed properties in April had at least one reduction. So that's around about 38% of all listed properties have been reduced at least once since they've been listed, and that really, which means year to date there's over 388,000 price reductions on listed properties across all the platforms. So that's quite significant, which means the vendors are becoming more realistic about what their property is worth. I mean, at the end of the day, anything in life is only worth what someone's willing to pay. So it's a case of sort of not educating is probably the right word, but getting them to realise actually that the market isn't playing in their favour at the moment, and if they want to move the property on, they're going to have to take a little bit of a hit on it certainly from a listed price to an offer accepted price. So that's I think that's quite significant for the world of property investors.
Definitely makes me wonder what the agent's viewpoint is as well, because they're also putting values on these houses. So
yeah, I mean, many people are obviously too quick to blame the agents, because it's not always them that's dictating the price it's listed for. Sometimes the vendor says, well, they're convinced that their house is the best on the street, so it should be put on the market for 20,000-30,000 more than anything else that's similar. So it's easy to blame the agents for listing them too high, when quite often that's driven by the vendor. But and there's other agents that actually will promise to sell it that high, knowing that they're not going to get a lot of interest, lock them into contract, and then reduce them after a couple of weeks. There's been no interest, down to the realistic or it's real money. But this has also had a negative effect on rentals. The rentals on the private sector, which are now down 1.8% in April. So rental figures have dropped by 1.8% in April. And that's driven by there's over a 7% increase in supply. So supply is up. So, to get yours moving, you need to reduce your price.
Yeah.
We've had a couple of conversations with the agents that manage some of ours this week, and they're all saying everything's price sensitive now. You're going to have to, it's actually got to sit in its real bracket, regardless of how beautiful it is. It's driven by the price, not necessarily by the condition now, or the sparkle, the kitchen, the bathroom, which obviously sells properties, but it's very much price driven. And just while we're on rentals, the Renters' Rights Bill has been being pushed forward quite a pace by Labour, and you might not know this, but they're now pushing to get it through by the end of June. With worst case scenario, they want the Renters' Rights Bill to be in place, all signed off and implemented before the end of their first term in power, which is in July. So that's quite a significant move, as in timescale, because it was always predicted it would be autumn before it would actually come into play, but they're pushing it through hard.
Yeah, we're actually seeing signs, aren't we? We've had emails from our letting agents about
dangers.
Yeah, we've had some additional checks done on us, like anti-money laundering checks, which we've never had to have done before. That came in on the 14th of May, so that's a change. I know that if the whole bill doesn't get pushed through quick enough, they're going to push through the removal of the Section 21.
Yeah, that's their driving force.
Yeah, so I know that will come into play. And we've actually, one of our letting agents has contacted us because one of our fixed term rental contracts is coming up, and they've just said just stick it straight onto a recurring,
periodic, but which there's no point doing anything else, because even if you get a 6-12 month AST in place now, it becomes void in effect and goes straight onto a rolling periodical
it will do
contract once the bill is passed. or implemented.
Yeah, so it's all change again, which is, is what happens in property. It is a completely, it's very fluid, isn't it? Nothing ever sits still. There's always things, whether it's legislation, whether it's planning rules,
But
mortgage
there's
rates,
many,
there's
many
always
ways
something.
to sort of mitigate the impact of the Renters' Rights Bill. And the one thing that we've already implemented is rent guarantee insurance. Because if the bill's passed as it sits at the moment, the tenant will be able to get 3 months behind before you can actually do anything about it. So if we just take out rent guarantee insurance now, which means obviously we'd cover those periods with insurance.
Yeah, but that only is for brand new tenancies or tenants that have been referenced within the last 30 days. So if you have got an existing tenancy, then unless you're going to get them referenced again, you won't be able to take that.
Which
that
is quite interesting actually, because if we go on to periodic, what was this 11A, was it, or 11?
11A upstairs.
So if we want to put rent guarantee insurance in place, they'll have to go through referencing again.
Yeah, which will cost us.
Which will cost us, but it doesn't mean they'll pass it either.
No, it doesn't. And that
something might have changed.
Yeah.
So that's quite an interesting scenario.
Yeah, so their financial situation may have changed, but they're still able, though they're still being paying. There's no reason why they would stop paying, but their circumstances may have changed, which then potentially they could fail referencing. Yeah, so definitely brand new tenancies get the insurance. It's like about on a 600 and something rent, we're paying 30 quid, so it's not a huge amount, but obviously you need to work it into your numbers.
Yeah, it's in your cash flow slightly,
yeah,
but
it's going to be worth it, that's for
sure. If you're playing the long game, I think it's peace of mind, certainly.
Definitely. So I'm just going to say hello to anybody who's joined us recently. Welcome to the Moneytree Mastery Property Show. It's great to have you here. So it's just an hour of property chat. If you have any questions, then please pop them into the comments on Facebook if you're on Facebook, or if you're on Zoom, then do put them into the chat. We will do our best to answer them. And if we don't know the answer, then we will find the answer out for you and get in contact with you.
Yeah.
So we would like actually some ideas on topics. If there's certain topics that people want us to talk about, we would be quite happy to take some recommendations. The reason why we do this show, I'll let you into a little bit of a secret, is because we are rubbish at doing reels, doing Facebook Lives, sorts of social media content. We are not the best at actually knuckling down.
I ever think about doing a live is I'm doing a viewing. Other than that, it doesn't enter my head. So
this is our way of, one, having a good old chat about property, one, speaking to other people about property, which is amazing, and then we can get our message out there about our networking. We'd love to grow our networking group. We have an online and an in-person networking, and it's just a way of us promoting ourselves. So pure transparency. And we get some social media footage out of it, and it goes onto our YouTube channel, etc., etc. So this is our way of getting the job done instead of actually thinking about reels and stuff like that, because this gets chopped up. We can put it out on Facebook and put it on our YouTube channel.
And we very much keep our ear to the ground on what's going on in the market. So it's nice to share it with those that have, got their day jobs and they're busy people. Hop on here for an hour and we can keep you in the loop of what's going on in the world of property.
Yeah, and it also, because we are always learning, we're always trying to improve in things that we do. So doing things like this just builds our confidence muscle up with doing sort of lives and talking to people in front of a camera. So anything that you can do that gets yourself sort of out there, gets your message out there a little easier.
And very unprofessional. You haven't got your phone on silent.
Well, my watch was ringing. So it's our way of practicing, of talking to people as well, and being in front of a camera. And then we learn from all these things. So it's just doing it bit by bit.
Incredible.
So what have we got coming up?
Agent. Tried me first.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
So it all happened. We are in property on a daily basis. So oh my goodness, we're in the middle of doing our NAB an Investor
Oh,
challenge.
what a week.
Oh my God, it's been so much fun. It's so much fun. If you haven't heard about NAB an Investor, it's something that you have just started. You can join up for the next one. So the next one's going to be the same time next month. If you have, just go over to our Facebook to the Dobson's Property Adventures. It will be there for you to, there's a registration page, you can sign up there for the next one. And it is all about raising money for your property deals. We attempted to do a little course because we teach people how to do property, how to buy, really great price properties. I'm going to say it, the discount
No,
word.
we don't buy
Discounted,
discounted.
below
We
market
buy them
value.
where they work for our
All
business.
those buzzwords. Yeah, we teach people how to buy property well so they make a profit on day one and start their portfolio and get them to grow a proper investment portfolio which you can scale. But part of that obviously is to raise money because we don't have these endless pots of money. We attempted to do it as a full course, but it just didn't work because it's not something that you do like day in, day out. It's not your full focus. It's actually getting the property viewings and that side of things, which is the full focus. But you need obviously to concentrate on raising money. So we're doing a weekly challenge once a month. And it's going amazing, isn't it?
It is.
So much fun.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a bit of a reputation for being able to raise money quite quickly when required, and we've due to sort of being let down by various solicitors and finance companies, we've had to raise cash in effect quite quickly. So over the 7 years that we've been in this world of property, we've sort of hit all the obstacles, all the objections, and gradually we've built a system out that we've realized we can mitigate all of that. We can make the process so much easier, make you so much more visible, so much more attractive to money, where the money comes to you rather than you asking for it. So it's a great system. It's we've labelled it the APR system, which is attract, protect, and recycle other people's money, and people are having fantastic results following this process, aren't they?
Yeah, it's just a pleasure as well. And it helps us refine what we're doing. When you share knowledge with people, it makes you think a bit deeper about what you're actually doing. And because we're a little bit more experienced than the people that we're actually sharing our knowledge with, we can notice certain things, the feelings that they're having about raising money and help them to overcome that. And also help them with the conversations that they'll have with potential investors and also put them into the right places as well. So time is not wasted. You're not talking to the wrong people and having wrong or awkward conversations because you haven't got your messaging right. So it is a lot of fun.
The biggest obstacle is always fear. People have got a fear about money and especially other people's money.
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. I
And
can
what we
understand
do
that
is, as we said in our APR protect, we're protecting ourselves and our funders. So it's making it safe.
Yeah, but isn't it Monday we started? A fantastic
What a community already.
Fantastic group of people.
Been amazing.
Oh my God, they just bonded and gelled so quickly. Loads of activity in the WhatsApp group. We've set them challenges to do. They've all stepped up and done video challenges. It's just the bond has grown just in 2 sessions.
That's the biggest thing that surprised me is we challenged them to all do a 60-second intro of themselves and their business and their strategy. And they all embraced it. They all left the first evening. So I can't do that. I can't do that. I'm scared stiff. And then everyone put one out there, didn't they?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
It's just phenomenal. And they all were exceptionally good, to be fair.
Love it. I feel like a bit of a proud parent when we run these challenges and we get the results. It's just awesome. It's awesome to see. The thing I love about it is one that they feel so comfortable sharing like inner feelings and inner thoughts with us, and that they step up and that they actually push themselves outside of the comfort zone. So yeah, it's
Yeah, one of the
really
first
good.
tasks we set was to share with us their big why. What's their driving force? Why do they want to get into property? What is really going to keep them motivated? And my word, some of their whys
It's
were,
so soulful, wasn't
yeah,
it? I know, love
it's
it, love it, love
yeah,
it.
there was a few quivering lips and all sorts, little, watery eyes, because they've really got a passion for their why,
Yeah,
and we want to really help them smash it.
it's really fab. I'm just going to say hi to Tanya. She just said it's her first time here, so thank you very much for
Hello.
joining
So you've
us.
heard all the rambles, all the lack of recording,
The
a
whole
real professional
thing.
outfit.
This is nuts and bolts. Yeah, this is how it is in the Dobson household. So what we've got coming up, apart from us being in Marbella next week, we have got our networking, our in-person networking is next
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yeah, we have got a fantastic group of people. It is just so warm and friendly, and just
Actually,
people
just
come
as a
time and time
little,
again.
can we ask everyone on Facebook and on the Zoom here just to pop in the chat or the comments whereabouts you are in the country,
Yeah, that'd be
or
amazing.
whatever country you're in?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So yeah,
That'd be
it just
fantastic. We get a feel for how far we're getting out there. How big
yeah,
our
it would be
reach is.
great to hear from you. Yeah, what your interests are in property, if you've got a portfolio, if you're just starting out, if you're still just sort of investigating and trying to find the people that you resonate with. Yeah, let us know. That'd be great.
You can certainly come and hang around with us. Like I say, Jackie said we've got the in-person networking next week, which is at the Cricketers Inn, Fordham Heath, 8 Ash Green, Colchester. And you can find that tickets, all the information for that on Moneytree Mastery Network dot. No,
You missed it.
go on then.
Property net.
Property Network, Moneytree Mastery Property Network dot.
Co.uk.
That's good. We've got so many. We've got so many.
Just
We've got so many different sites. It's ridiculous.
it's growing. We're gonna have
We
actually
are evolving, yeah.
there's a website being built for us for all our Moneytree stuff, so it'll be super simple to
And,
find out.
If you're not local, you can hook up with us on the second Wednesday of every month where we do a virtual networking,
We do, cool.
which was called Property
No.
Connect, Clarity and Connection.
Oh, look at that.
Yes, it is. Did you say no for?
Because I didn't think you were going to get it right.
So you judged me before I even finished my answer.
I did. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Try working with your wife.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Well, actually,
Yeah, so that's 1 o'clock, second Wednesday every month. Virtual networking with a difference, believe me.
yeah, that was
That's
fun.
something we launched this month and it was phenomenal.
I know, it was great.
Great fun, great interaction, great connections. Go off into breakout rooms and have real serious, in-depth conversation, get to
We
know
play
people.
games, we get to know each other. We decided to ditch the get a guest speaker on and just sit there for an hour listening to someone else.
That's not networking,
and
is it?
only typing in to other people and everyone just putting their links to, you can't do business like that. So yeah, we ditched that. We're like, let's go have some fun, play games, really engage and really get to know each other and build proper relationships. So yeah, that's what our online networking. So if you fancy like coming along, feel free. Absolutely feel free. We would love to have you.
How'd you get involved in NAB and Investor?
Well, if you come to the networking, then you'll be invited along to the NAB and Investor.
Oh, there you go.
But keep an eye on our socials. Keep an eye on LinkedIn or on Facebook, Dobson Property Adventures on Facebook, and everything will be in there. So I decided that I'm going to interview you today. Obviously, I know you quite
How long have we got
well,
left? Yeah.
but we usually talk about like the here and now.
Right.
And I just felt like we don't throw so much out there about us as human beings or our history, where we came from.
Oh.
We don't tend to give that much detail. It's all about what's going on in the property market right now and what we're experiencing in
This
the
could
property.
be interesting.
So I thought, well, to be fair, I didn't write these. So I did get Mr. Chat GPT to do them, who is my most favourite bit of software. He helps me with all sorts of things.
So he is it?
Yeah, the universe is a she and Chat GPT is a he. So, are you happy for me
I'm
to
happy at the moment.
what's going to come up? Okay, right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
You can take a deep breath.
Is this a fair all, is it?
Well, it could be. Depends how you want to answer. Okay, so these are these are some about you, some about like mindset and motivation, your likes, dislikes, things for the future, all sorts of things. So I'm just going to pick some random ones that it's set me. Okay, let's talk about fears because that's quite prominent in our discussions in our world at the moment. Did you have any fears or limiting beliefs when you first started out in property? And also, if you did have them, how did you overcome them?
Well, obviously, I had fears. You know this, but I'm not academically proficient. Is that the right word? There you go. Just proved it. So learning, I could learn. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a fool, but I learn by being involved and being in a room with people and watching it practically done. So the fear of property was having to learn from modules, etc. Because we invested quite heavily in property education, and I think without doubt we got it right with our first investment into that. But you sit there. We spent a lot of money and bought a 2-year education program, and it just suited me down to the ground. But I still had the fear that, especially around money, because we needed other people's money to get going because we were in debt at the time, weren't we? So the fear was that we could find the deals because I had no trouble speaking to agents and viewing properties, but finding the money to back those up and see them through was a bit of a fear. I had no fear in running the numbers and putting the offers in. And I didn't really have any fear about getting it wrong at that point.
Naivety is a great thing, isn't
I just wanted a property. And we did get the first one very right from a numbers point of view. We did quite a lot wrong in the process once we secured it, but we got the numbers right. But the fear for me was who is going to believe in me enough to plant some money with me. So that was my biggest fear. And I'm a bit of a skeptic as well, because so we're sitting in a 3-day event, probably you say on a strategy, 3 days on buy to let, and you've got these hugely successful people in the world of property presenting to you on a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and my mind's going, that's that successful and they're making that much money. What on earth they want to use up their whole weekend talking to us and teaching us about it? And it's not till we got further down the line and we got quite a number. We grew our portfolio quite rapidly, and we were really proficient at securing deals and raising money and getting money out deals, weren't we? Money in, money out deals. So we decided, well, actually, we built a process, let's share it. And then we started spending our spare time telling and showing people how it's done. So then you realise it's about giving back. And we wouldn't be where we are now without having the right people in front of us and rubbing shoulders with us through the whole process.
Absolutely. It's very much about you. You're very selfish when you first start out in property, but as time goes by you realize that actually you get the real buzz is by helping other people to take those first steps. So you shift from being selfish to being selfless, and that's a massive shift. We see that change in people as well. The people that we teach, the people that come through our program, is that we see that change from when they don't understand the benefits of like just getting involved with people in Facebook and being reciprocal with just engaging and things like that. And then something suddenly clicks with them that it's about being part of a network, being part of a community, and it all changes at that
This
point.
is what's completely different to both our backgrounds. We're both in the motor trade and we were target driven. So we had to earn, you know, the bonuses and some decent money, you had to hit targets. So you didn't share anything with anyone. You kept it all close to yourself and you protected it all so no one could nick your deals or whatever. And then you get into the world of property and it's a case of get out there, share everything with everyone. It's a great community and
it changes everything, doesn't it?
What we've built with certainly our in-person networking and membership program, the community is just phenomenal. And that's probably one of our proudest things out of the whole process, the people that we've brought into our world and will help anyone. And our power team now, having kissed a lot of frogs and got a lot of wrong uns, we've got the most remarkable power team now.
Yeah, that's really what fills our cup.
That's a long answer, wasn't it?
I know it is. Well, I was going to go on to so you've spoken about the people that have influenced us and the people that have spurred us on. Who would you say were the top like 5 people that are key to our success and that have really shaped us as property investors?
Well, the first one's got to be Dr. Rohan Virasingh, because he's the only person throughout my whole life who's kept me sat in a chair in a classroom environment for 3 days in a row without irritating anyone else, without doing stupid pranks or just, you know, I don't smoke now, without just nipping outside for a fag because I was bored or twitchy. So yeah, Dr. Rohan sadly passed away a couple of months ago, but he was an inspiration to me. He lit the fire in me for property. Certainly, he's the one that decided to do something that I've never done before, which is invest in myself.
So that's one
big investment.
Anyone else?
Well, there's lots. Mark Dalton, who's he's Mr. Cookie Cutter, Mark. And if you follow his process, it's all he keeps saying is the process works. You just got to believe in it and keep doing it. And the process works. And you need to be around Mark from time to time just to reiterate that and keep you driving forward. So
get your feet back on the ground.
He's a constant. We met him in 2018 and we still rub shoulders with him quite regularly today. Dylan Denecha. What can I say about Dylan, my naughty brother? Dylan and I, when we get together, are like a couple of school kids. It seems to wipe about 35, 40 years off us both when we get together. But he's an inspiration, loose cannon. He's always late, which irritates the life out of me. Then he walks in the room grinning from ear to ear, and instantly that frustration disperses. So, but Dylan is, he mentored us for probably a couple of years, 1-to-1, and helped us create the Moneytree Mastery program and the APR system, which we're now implementing, and lots and lots and lots of people are benefiting from. So he's so giving to us, isn't he?
Yeah. We're
not mentored by him anymore, as in we don't pay him to mentor us, but he's still so generous with his time. And we spent Sunday with him on his new project, which is driving him, he is so driven to house 10,000 vulnerable people by 2027. So he's produced a new social housing event and program, and it's just phenomenal. So we're hoping to do a bit of collaboration with him on that as well.
And the last one?
Oh, there's 3.
Shall I throw one in the mix?
And say no.
Liam Ryan.
Liam Ryan
opened so many doors for us.
Yes. The community that Liam's built and the opportunities that have come our way as a result of knowing Liam. Indirectly, we got to speak on the same stage as Stephen Bartlett in front of 540 people as a result of knowing Liam and mixing the Liam circles. And we're off on Sunday on a retreat as guest mentors for the third time in Marbella. So we sit with our feet in the swimming pool, sharing our knowledge, I hate the word journey, but sharing our property journey and our knowledge.
Adventure.
Yeah, our adventure in property. And it's just it's an incredible experience and a great environment. And yeah, he always drops us a call saying what's going on, anything you need.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
we have got amazing people around us.
But there's
So-
lots and lots and lots. Isn't
Oh
there,
yeah,
really?
there's loads of people that have definitely
You look
helped us
at
along.
Harriet.
So before property, what were you doing before we got into property? And what made you take the leap into property?
I was doing the same as you. We had a moment of inspiration to open a 1940s tea room back in 2013. 2014 we opened, wasn't it? So yeah, which actually turned out to be our first dabble in property unknowingly, because we negotiated the lease, we negotiated 3 months free so we could set it up. We had to knock the shop about, and we used other people's money to set it up. So we ran a 1940s tea room for 5 years. I'd also lost my pension. It had gone into administration, so I lost a huge chunk of that. So the driving force was our tea room business profits were diminishing. They were sort of dropping quite rapidly as the coffee phenomenon really took on, and even our customers going and setting up tea rooms just around the corner from us. So we had huge competition around us. So we saw our profits nosedive. And along with the pension, we just took I signed us up for a free event, didn't I? 2-hour free event on property, and decided that we need to create our own pension rather than start paying into something else. And that's really the driving force to get into property. Get out of the tea room, free up some time was the plan. Because that just consumed us, didn't it?
Definitely did.
That consumed our time. So yeah, create our own pension and freedom of choice really through property.
So let's have a look. What other questions can I ask you? What is the thing that tell me what you love about property the most, and then tell me what is the worst thing about property,
Worst thing is easy, I can tell you straight away.
which is
Paperwork, mortgage applications. I can deal with the tenants, can deal with anything else. Mortgage applications, paperwork, despise it. And it seems to be getting lengthier and lengthier.
Mine is utilities, kind of, oh my goodness, utilities drive me absolutely mental.
Yeah, I had a period where I went off of council tax and business rates, but that's all settled now.
That's what happens when you have multiple properties.
And I know 19, is to transition from council tax to business rates became the biggest challenge in the world.
And we have got somebody who helps us with admin, but I need to get it into some form of order before I can pass it on to her. So we're getting to that stage now. So I'm slowly moving that task over to
the favourite things has got to be the viewings, the negotiating, the winning, the chase, running the numbers, offering, getting the insults back because it's such a low offer. I love all of that. That's all part of the game, but and I love the refurb process, to be involved in it as not a hands-on project manager, but make sure that I'm involved and I look at the attention to detail, the quality of the refurb, make sure they're on time, they're on budget, and I love all that. So there's not a lot I don't dislike about it. It is really paperwork.
What drives you to keep going, especially when we go through some tough moments?
Oh, we've had some serious tough moments in the last couple of months, but we've come through it. What motivates keep going? Because I don't ever want to be employed again. That's one of the reasons.
That's a good enough reason.
Because, you know, we work very hard, but we work most of the time on our terms.
Yeah, oh, 100%. Yeah.
You know, we've had to put ourselves out certainly over the last couple of months and be in places at ridiculous times, and because we've got a big problem. But that's what you do. That's what you do in any walk of life, isn't it? If you're a problem solver,
Yeah, definitely. I think
you
that's the
go
bit
the extra mile, don't you?
that's the bit I really do like about property. I think that's one of the biggest drivers for me is being a problem solver. Is figuring out, especially figuring out, like if there's a grubby property, it's like, why is it not selling? What can we do to fix this? And I really love the process of investigation, in discovering things and then seeing where that goes. Yeah, I'm very much an open door person, so I will look through that door. Doors are never closed for me. I will find a way.
I
And
think
that's what
I just
love
need to
about
put
it.
into context why we've had such a hard couple of months. We've got a block of 19 apartments, which we run as serviced accommodation, which are above a parade of shops. And we had what can only be described as a massive, massive waste explosion in them. Human waste.
That was very politely put.
It was, and no word of a lie, it was pumping up out the toilets, through the baths. And it took us a long time and a lot more explosions to find the cause of the problem. And it turned out to be a barber shop below had a customer toilet fitted and blocked our saw pipe.
Yes.
It's cost us tens of thousands of pounds, and it's not only that, all 7 shops underneath have been contaminated by this waste. So they've got a lot to answer for. But just to put in some context, the Easter holidays, we had to relocate everybody, and our service accommodations in a seaside town. So there was a lot of people about and not a lot of rooms.
No, there wasn't.
So it took a lot of doing and a lot of money to find alternative accommodation for all those guests. And we've come through it.
We have. We're out.
Yeah, we've come through.
Well, yeah. Let's everybody, fingers crossed, please.
Yes.
Send us some love on that side of things. That would be amazing.
Yeah, it certainly would.
Oh, this is a goodie. What is something that most people underestimate when they first take that decision to invest in property? What is the biggest challenge that they don't realise will actually crop up?
I think that the biggest thing that people, the main reason that people fall down is consistency.
I was going to say time. Because
you cannot dip in and out of property, because you're replaced in no time within those agents. If you use agents we use agents heavily because we've built great relationships with us, and they ring us more than we ring them now. But you cannot pick property up and put it down again. You've got to be absolutely consistent and keep making touch points with all your contacts, whether it be your brokers, insurance or mortgage brokers, your build team, even if you've got any products on the go, any refurbishments on the go, you've still got to keep in touch with all your team so they know you're about, and when you need them, they'll be there at the drop of a hat. And like I say, if we make sure that we're remembered, with all the agents we deal with, so that when the right type of property comes up, the first person they think of is us. And that's how we get the most of our deals now. They bring them to us rather than we go looking for them.
I think one thing for me is
consistency, definitely.
Is how many properties you need to view to actually get an offer accepted. A lot of people pin their hopes on like getting an offer accepted on that very first property. If that happens, then you've offered far too much, in my opinion. But you have to go through the motions. We call it collecting no. We're never expecting an offer to be accepted. We're actually just putting offers on the table. It's for us, it's just showing an interest in that property. We're just expressing an interest, and this is the value that we put on that property. And if the vendor wants to accept it, fantastic. But we're going to be viewing lots of properties. So we never put any emotion into that. And I think that's something that gets very
We-
underestimated is that you are not going to have immediate success. You have to put a lot of groundwork in to then get the momentum, to then get that success.
We would, as you say, be a bit concerned if we had our first offer accepted, because in the back of our minds we'll be going, we've offered too much on that.
Definitely, definitely.
But we expect to know, and we monitor that we give our sort of CRM system, we monitor them all, and we follow up. So we go back, if they don't go sold subject to contract, we'll go back, follow up and say, look, see it's still on the market, our offer still stands. And then when you get further down the line, we actually twist it around a bit and say, then can you ask the vendor how close they'll get to our offer? So you start getting their mindset to think they've got to reduce it to get to our offer. So it's very tactical.
Yeah, it is. But these are the sort of things we teach you if you come on our programs.
Yeah,
we teach you all these little nitty-gritty.
Absolutely, the art of negotiation is a skill, and it's really good fun.
It is fun.
Really
it is
fun.
a bit of psychology, reverse psychology. I'm not gonna. I will say manipulation, but in a good way, because we like to create win-win situations. It's not about.
Oh, definitely problem solvers.
Yeah, it is. We are solving problems.
We're not trying to steal properties
No,
off people.
no.
We're trying to solve their problem.
Yeah, we buy the ones that nobody else wants.
Yeah.
If you had to start again from scratch.
From what age?
Hold on, I haven't finished the whole
All right,
question yet.
okay.
So if you had to start again from scratch with no money, no contacts, what would you do differently?
In property?
Well, just in life.
Oh, I've probably got myself better educated. I've taken notice.
Do you think you would have done that? Do you think because that's
Well, it's not my character, really.
No,
but,
exactly. So that wouldn't have changed, would it?
But you can't have regrets. I mean, there's a bit of me that says, "Oh, I wish we'd gone into property before we established the tea room." But the tea room was great grounding for building our business in property. But actually, when we started the tea room, we had a bit of money. When we started property, we had £25,000 worth of debt. So what would I do differently? I'd probably. See, this might surprise you. And obviously you don't know what you don't know, but I'd probably, from day one, get better at public speaking so that I could articulate better from day one about what I do.
But yeah, that's fair enough. That's because that's the knowledge that you have now. And then if you didn't have any contacts or have any money, then that's something definitely.
And you'd be able to grow that and build those contacts easier because you know how to speak.
Yeah, and be more commanding
and
communicate better. Yeah, absolutely. I find it interesting actually when we talk about these sorts of subjects, about would we do anything differently or would we have started property earlier? And I always think to myself, would I have had the right mindset to start property earlier, knowing what I know now? And the answer would be no, I wouldn't. It would have scared the hell out of me. We wouldn't have built up that resilience muscle. We wouldn't have had the same drive, different things going on in your life. So just to have started earlier. And also, I don't believe when we first started, this is back in 2018, like the phenomenon of YouTube and all this information and all the people that you can tap into, that just wasn't available to us. It just wasn't there.
Wasn't it, or didn't we know it?
Well, I don't think it was probably there. I mean, Google was like new. So all that the information revolution that has happened over the last few years has really helped with boosting your confidence and learning different things and techniques. That is all now available. Back then it would have been old school investors doing old school ways. There wouldn't have been any of this creative stuff in property. I don't believe the information wouldn't have been there, wouldn't have been so accessible. Oh my goodness, and AI. Woo, I am loving AI. That is an absolute game changer. If you haven't dabbled in AI, then you need to be getting yourself on some form of training or just watching YouTube, how you can bring it into your your business, your property business, oh my goodness, I think we use it daily, don't we? Use it every single day.
Yeah, I often don't know who I'm talking to, whether it's you or the laptop.
It's just, I just think it's utterly amazing the speed that we can get stuff finished now because of AI. Yeah, I'm loving it. A little bit scared about the fact that it now remembers a lot about you, and it's starting to work like a very
Is it
human
morphing into you?
brain. Yeah, that is a little bit of a worry. Do we need to be scared? I don't know. It's just changing. Everything's
Wow.
changing so quickly, even in the short space of time that we've been doing property and business. Yeah, at an absolute rate of knots. Right, I'm going to do a quick fire round because we are. Oh my God, look, only
Oh
got
my
7
goodness.
minutes left. Okay, right now these are some silly ones. These aren't so ones that are going to take
So you want
no
quick
thought.
fire, yeah? Go for it. No thought.
Ever. Okay,
Okay, far away.
are you ready? So this is a quick fire round. Um, worst mistake you've ever made in property?
Oh my God.
I know a property we should never have bought.
Yes, I was, that's in my head, being so stubborn that I bought the property anyway. It came back to us after offering, we offered on it 2 years before, and it came back to us, and they asked if offer still stood, and I said, no, it's £1 less now, and they accepted it, and I was devastated. I wasn't devastated, I was over the moon, but
It was such an ego purchase.
it was a
We should
problem property.
never
We
have bought it.
inherited a problem tenant. We got rolled over by a firm of architects as
Yeah,
well. So
that was an
it
ego
was very
drive,
costly.
that
So
one.
yeah, big learning curve. You
Yeah.
either win or you learn. You
Yeah.
never lose.
That one we really should have got involved in.
No,
But
we
hey
should have
ho.
walked away. But
Hey ho. Coffee or tea?
no coffee.
Oh, risk taker or cautious strategist? Can't even say it.
Well, I'm one, you're the other.
I
So
know.
which one are you?
I'm the cautious
Yeah, there you go.
strategist. I know. Oh, what would the Neil of 10 years ago think of the Neil today?
Be quite proud, I think.
Yeah, I reckon he
I think
would.
you would. Ask my parents. I've got 3 academic brothers who are doing quite well for themselves, and I left school as a no-hoper. And when my parents found out that we're actually educating people in property now, and they just said, well, imagine what would have happened if you'd gone to school. Imagine where you could have been if you'd gone to school. That's all I keep getting now.
Yeah, they definitely are cheerleaders, aren't they?
They are, yeah.
They absolutely love it. Yeah, they're great. Apart from when I ask them to read stuff, what do you think of this? And they don't give me an honest, they just love it. So it's not really,
No,
it's not what I want.
Apart from your dad.
Oh, yeah.
He plays devil's
I
advocate. He
know.
does.
So he's great. He's great.
I actually walked out once, went to the pub, just looking to her. He annoyed me so much. I threw my toys out the pram, went down the pub.
All like that. So he's like the best person. But he's doing it from a place of, love.
Oh,
So rather
it
than
just kept going on and on and on. I said, I'm out of here, I'm down the pub.
what's your favourite property podcast or book?
Favorite book? Cool. I think the one that's stood me in most stead, is that a good saying?
Yeah.
Is Never Split the Difference.
Uh-huh.
The Art of Negotiation. And Go for No, because you get less offended by people's feedback when they give you when they really give you an aggressive, insulting no. I'm not a prolific reader, but yeah, I think those two will probably. I mean, most people say Rich Dad Poor Dad, don't they?
You've never read that?
I have read it.
Have you?
Yeah, and yeah.
What, from start to finish?
Absolutely. Well,
not just like the
to
title cover and like the introduction.
No, I've listened to it. And I could say the other book with Tony Adams, but well, the 3 I read. Because I had some drinks with Tony Adams once down at the caravan on Mersey Island when we did.
Who's your favourite famous person that you've met?
Most favourite famous person that I've met. Memory loss here. Who have I met? That
Anyone recently?
oh, well, we've met lots. We met Stephen Bartlett recently, and we, as in when you say met, as in to shake hands and have a chat with, or be in the same room as, or
That you've actually spoken to?
you've got one up your sleeve. I can see. I can't think of
I'm
it.
just wondering if there is somebody.
Well, you see, you've got to go back to the football career really, because there was some idols in the world of football that I don't know really.
No,
I
not
don't
personally passed.
idolize people.
It
I
must
just
be a
think
favourite person.
I just
that's
think
all.
we're all human. I mean, you drool over certain people, which is gets quite embarrassing sometimes.
I did do that recently.
It's
I
just
did do that.
embarrassing. I'm going, hang on, your husband's here. You know?
I got a bit starstruck, but then I had to go and speak to them because I thought it'd be a missed opportunity. Yeah, I did get a bit silly, but hey ho.
Embarrassing.
I think I embarrass them as well because I tell them how great they are, and then they get a bit shy and sheepish. But hey,
Well, he's an introvert as well.
but I had fun. I got to meet him and have a proper chat. That was great.
But I really respect and admire people and their talent. I really recognise talent, definitely. Meeting Tony Adams and having a drink with Tony Adams, people like that. But there's more sports world, really.
So let us know so that anybody that you have met that you've been completely starstruck by. I would love to hear. My latest one, you've probably never heard of him. He's called David J.P. Phillips. He's on YouTube. I would definitely look him up if you want to learn about the art of communication, and just not
Presenting.
about speaking, but about, it's all about presentation, about how you can change the way that you feel, and also get the audience absolutely mesmerized by you on stage. So go and look him up.
And that's not all about words, it's about gestures and body language and all sorts of stuff.
So good.
Pauses
So good.
and eye movement, the whole lot.
Yeah,
he is very good, but I
brilliant.
wasn't.
But I did get a bit silly over him, to be fair, and I did tell him the pecking order in our house was him, then the dog, and then Neil. So, but hey ho.
I feel that.
So one last question. What is the big goal that you've set for yourself for the next few years that scares you and also excites you?
Oh, I'm not scared. I want to grow the portfolio sufficiently where we don't have to look at the SA numbers. Does that make sense? So that whatever happens in the world of our SAs, we've got sufficient income to absorb the highs and the lows,
the peaks and the troughs.
Peaks and the troughs. Because obviously we fill our boots through the 6 months of the summer, and then we're really scrapping around in the winter trying to get the bookings, etc.
Yeah, it's a bit of a beast, isn't it?
And yeah, it's just to take that pressure off. When you've got 21 SAs, if they're not performing, they're all pretty much in the same area. When they're not performing, it's quite a big hit. So just keep growing the portfolio to mitigate any risk.
Cool. Well, that's it. We're 32.
And actually, I'd just add to that. I'd like to grow the NABAN investor.
Yeah, got big plans for that. I'm really excited about
that.
that.
Is such good value.
Yeah, it's all coming together very nicely.
It's gonna help so many people achieve so much that I think we should feel quite passionate and proud about.
Yeah, I do actually.
Yeah.
I feel very excited about NAB and Investor. I think it's just going to be an amazing product. We're just really building it out because it's a brand new product. So we're building it on the fly. So people who are with us at the moment, they're getting it for an amazing price. It's super cheap, but they're helping us actually put it together. So, and they're helping, it's about the conversations that we're having with people who are currently on the challenge and what they're giving us the feedback of what they need. So that means that we can actually put it into a resource centre. We can provide that. But I know what I think people need, but it's actually having the people on the programme that, you know, actually tell us. So
You've
yeah,
got to have the feedback to get it right.
super excited.
Yeah.
Super excited. So yeah, we've done
We're
our
over time.
hour. Oh my
Have we
goodness.
any comments?
We're all good. So Tanya's in East Yorkshire. Oh, she wants to come again.
Please do.
Thank you so much.
Come
We're
to the
so much looking forward to seeing
virtual
you again.
networking
Yeah,
second
so
Wednesday as well.
if you you'll be on, anybody who's joined today will be on our mailing list anyway, so you will get information of the next online networking and also about the NAB and Investor Challenge as well.
We
So,
do this every Thursday,
yeah,
12:30.
we do the Moneytree Mastery Property Show every Thursday, apart from next week, because we'll be in Marbs. We won't be doing it, but we'll see you in 2 weeks' time. We'll be here. We look forward to catching you up again. And yeah, come and join us in all the sorts of things that we do. So online networking the second Wednesday of the month. And then NAB and Investor is the week after the online network.
Yeah, for all those on Zoom, the in-person is next Wednesday. 7
Yeah,
PM,
and then we've
the
got our
group is in
online,
Colchester.
which is here in Colchester. Yeah, so just a big thanks for coming and spending your time together. It's always lovely to have you. We'd love to get to know you more as well. And then we will see you in 2 weeks' time on Thursday at 12:30.
Love it.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
We'll see you all again soon.
Why did you nudge me with